Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. Got the co-host Loaf, and we're just doing one show this week. It's 1:30 right now, Wednesday, midweek, so we didn't get a video out there Monday. We're going to work on some stuff for the Patreon Friday. We're not going to do the post-weigh-in face-off show. We're going to try to
do better than last week.
Do a little bit better than last week. Loaf went 6 for 12. I went 5 for 12. I'm just going to rip up my fucking notes from last week, Miami. Fucking embarrassing. Did horrible.
You suck.
I bet on Rob Font KO. I'll pull that up. He had performance of the night. And I'm going to pull up my shoey as well because me and Loaf agreed on a shoey bet.
There you go for the people that were doubting Rob Font.
Well, me and Loaf did a shoey bet. Rob Font, Adrian Yanez. I was an idiot and took the youngster, Adrian Yanez. And now I'm going to pay for it. Got a spit in it. Fucking greasy. Nice vodka beverage. Loaf's still sleeping. He's getting up for the show here now. We're about to record, so let's get her in this. Yeah, there you go. Like I doubted him, but yeah, clearly he had fought better competition, had better hands. Fuck, man, he just cleaned him right there first round. And luckily, I put that bet on for knockout. It was $8 plus 700, so I managed to walk away with not losing too much money. I put like $70 on Gilbert Burns too for the sub. Like we were super high on Piera KO.
Burns should have had that sub, man. He had a lot of chances to get it. I don't know how he couldn't finish it.
4 takedowns. He dominated the fight.
Rosas Jr. fucking shit the bed.
Rosas Jr. He almost had the sub, but he shit the fucking
bed. But he came out way too hard in round 1, gassed himself completely, and after that, Rodriguez took over.
But let's look at the positive. Loaf, your lock of the week. Kevin Holland, you're 4 in a row. He got the knockout in the 3rd round.
Holland, that was sick.
Impressive as hell.
That was sick.
Just like we forecasted, he was going to come big.
I was getting nervous because I did pick Holland for KO, and when it started to hit round 3, I was like, shit. And then out of nowhere, that left hook came.
He was definitely en route to win that fight, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was looking very good and made a big statement like we said he was going to. But for the prelims, pretty rough. We had one fight canceled.
I believe Chris Curtis should have beat Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, but Gastelum, you know, he probably won that fight, honestly.
I don't think so.
Looking back at the numbers, it was close, but some people are saying Calvin, you know, he pretty well deserved that one.
No.
So I'm not going to argue it too much. I wanted Chris Curtis, but a little bit biased. He did turn into an underdog, so people obviously thought Calvin had it. He also fought good competition.
And then Luana Pinheiro, me and Ryan's pick, she should have lost, but we'll take the win on that one. Same with
Lupe Godinez. She probably should have lost to Calvillo too. So,
yeah.
But yeah, 2 close fights.
And
managed
Steve
to get the win
Garcia,
there.
Man, holy
yeah.
I was thinking about taking him. I was thinking about taking him for my dog, and then I moved off him. I shouldn't have because that clearly.
Yeah, he was our former dog of the week, and then we fucking sleep on him, and then he sleeps Shaylin Nerdenbeck. Like fuck's sake,
slept him.
And Trey Ogden, good thing we didn't pick him. He didn't do much against fucking Ignacio.
No, I figured Ignacio would get that one done.
Good dance partners, that's about it. Not too much volume.
It was a pretty boring fight.
Pretty boring, but Ignacio, he was dancing around him.
And then Sam Hughes beating Jasmine. I did not expect that one either.
Yeah, should have bet on Sam Hughes. I was gonna,
and then the one
fucking convinced me that fucking Jacqueline was better looking, so I didn't pull the trigger.
Just because she's better looking. And she was undefeated too.
Yeah, I should have pulled the trigger on that women's underdog.
But I mean, the one fight we were sure on got canceled. Williams. I mean, he was definitely going to take it.
Yeah, $1.20. Definitely thought he was going to win that. And Chase Sherman's the one that pulled out too.
Yeah.
And JM3, Jared Mershard.
Pfeiffer finished that one fast.
Mershard shit the bed. Sharded the bed there.
Yeah, he got caught.
Fuck. Wasted some money on him for the submission and on the submission specialist. So.
But I mean, how could you not sprinkle it on him, especially since he beat Bruno Silva by sub? Bruno Silva is a monster in that division. So, I mean, you got to sprinkle some on GM3.
So, one of the new features is a forecast forensic. And looking back, like, we had Steve Garcia KO. It was $450 on there. That was a value play. Ignacio decision was on there. That was a value play. Ignacio KO was also a value play. Trey Ogden submission. Calvillo decision. That was a value play.
We went heavy on Chris Curtis.
Yeah, super heavy at Chris Curtis. There was nothing here for Calvin Gastelum. Big mistake there. And even on the main card there, we had some big mistakes there. Nothing on Christian Rodriguez. Nothing on Adesanya. So we're gonna do the forecast forensic. once again this week. It's a new feature. People are going to really like that. We're working on some new features as well. But I pulled the trigger on Rob Font KO, and it wasn't even on the forensic.
That was just the last minute.
It was the last minute play.
Right before the walkout.
So we got to definitely tweak up the forecast forensic. Make sure every fucking prop is on there for you guys. And one thing I want to go over before we jump into these fights, Love. An upcoming fight. Hamzat Chimaev. It got announced. Paulo Costa. I want to hear your opinion on that.
Hamzat Chimaev, round 1 submission.
It's going down in Dubai. round 1 submission.
Round 1 submission.
Just takes him down and submits him pretty easily.
I can't see it being any different than most of the people he's fought, man. Paulo Costa's good on the feet, yes, but if Hamzat takes the feet away from him, brings him to the ground, brings him in his world, it's going to be done fast.
Yeah, I don't think the secret juice is going to work.
And then I also want to mention an upcoming fight coming. Ilia Topuria, my favorite fighter versus Josh Emmett. I mean, I feel like he's going to finish Josh Emmett, man. I think he's going to find that KO on Josh Emmett.
And if not, he has submissions to seal the deal for if you want to bet him inside the distance.
I'm hyped to see it, man.
Yeah.
I want to see Ilia back in there bad.
Yeah, Ilya's a beast. He definitely gets that one done inside the distance. Well, let's get right into UFC Kansas City. Loaf here.
All right.
You got a co-main event, Edson Barboza, Billy Q. Main event, Max Holloway, Arnold Allen. This card is stacked top to bottom.
Next week is stacked as well.
But this week has some tricky fights. So we're going to try to find some underdogs. Odds might have changed here. These are last night's odds. Loaf, kick it off. We got a women's fight here. Bantamweight division.
First up, we got Joselyne Edwards versus Lucie Pudilova. And I mean, this one is going to be a close one. A lot of people kind of on either side. I like Joselyne Edwards for it, man. I know she's kind of a bigger underdog, but I mean, she has good hands, man. And Pudilova, like I said, it's just that reach is going to come into play too a little bit. Joselyne Edwards is no joke on the feet. She actually is able to keep her people away, get the strikes on target. So I got to go with Joselyne Edwards, probably by a decision. I can't see this one being a finish, but you never know. But I'm going to go Joselyne Edwards by a decision.
Yeah, Edwards won her last 3 by a decision. I think she beats Pudilova by a decision, who just fought in the UFC. Last fight, first time back since 2020, she got cut. She got submitted by Antonio Shevchenko. Not fighting the greatest competition and losing to them too. So Joselyne Edwards, very good women's fighter in my opinion. She's going to have the reach advantage. She's going to be able to have some range management in this fight, keep it at distance, get the decision win. Like I said, last 3 wins, all decisions. I don't think there's much finishing ability. And definitely bet the underdog, if anything, in this fight. Women's MMA, let's get it.
If you're like I said, I'll be floating this on bets though. I don't like betting first fight women's.
I have no bet placed, but if I do, definitely looking at the underdog. Like you got to. There's no sense taking a women's favorite at this point after what we've seen the last couple weeks. And next up, we got a tricky fight. Aaron Phillips, 12-4 against Gaston Bolanos. 6-3, probably butchered his name. He's coming from the Bellator, and he has serious power. All 6 wins by KO, and there are 5 of them. 5 of them are in the first round. Serious power, probably gonna knock out Aaron Phillips in my opinion. Got finished by Jack Shore in the second round. Hasn't impressed me much. Hasn't been active. Yeah, he got knocked out by Chris Gutierrez and retired in 2015, and then he came back, picked up some wins. Now he's back in the UFC, but he can't seem to find a win. I don't think he's going to find one here against a guy with serious power in the hands coming from Bellator. This is pretty well a coin flip. Odds are a little weird. Don't bet it. What do you think, Glove?
I got the opposite way. I got Phillips.
This is a tough one to predict, man.
It is a tough one to predict, but I mean, Gaston Bolanos, I believe his name is. I mean, his record's not overly impressive. Yes, he is a 6, all by KO.
5 in the first 2, so he's going to come out.
I mean, this is his time, man. You know what I mean? It's his first time stepping in UFC, and people get those jitters just like Daniel Zellhuber did as well. Yeah. I mean, Aaron Phillips has a lot more experience, has 16 fights to his 9. And I mean, Aaron Phillips has only been knocked out once out of those 4 times, and it was by Chris Gutierrez. And Chris Gutierrez is now fighting Pedro Munhoz.
And Phillips fights cans though.
Yeah, I know.
But so does Gaston, man.
I gotta go just with the experience, man. I feel like he's gonna edge it out in a decision. I feel like he'll be able to be knocked out by Gaston. The only person who's ever been knocked out by is Chris Gutierrez, and Chris Gutierrez has absolute power.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta go Aaron Phillips to edge this one out in a decision win.
Yeah, he lost a good competition. He's an underdog. Underdog value, Aaron Phillips. He's live.
Ron.
Next up, we got Bruna Brasil versus Denise Gomes. And I'm going with Bruna Brasil for sure.
Yeah, you got to side with the favorite in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with her for sure. I mean, her stats are unbelievable. 86% strike accuracy, 100% takedown accuracy. She is doing very well. So I got to give it to her, man. Denise Gomes, as we know, is more of a brawler. She throws her hands wild and stuff like that. I think Bruna will be able to do a counter. Most likely get her out of there for a TKO. So I'm honestly going to go with Bruna for a TKO or a finish on this one.
I'm just going to play it money line. Bruna, Brazil. Denise Gomes was only finished once, knockout, first pro fight. Luma took her down 4 times, but Denise did have a flip on the ground there, had a lot of control time. Could be a close fight. She's going to make it a dog fight. She is very tough, but Bruna Brazil, like Loaf said, her percentages and her volume is going to be a little bit too much for Denise Gomes.
2.5 reach, 4-inch height.
I don't know if the finish is live. I just don't know, but money line, by a decision, Bruna Brazil.
Like I said, I won't be betting it, but I'm just saying what I think, and I think Bruna's going to find that finish.
You think the finish is live?
I think it's live for sure.
Women's MMA, she got the head kick KO in the Dana White Contender Series. That was impressive, but she's fought some low-level competition.
Like we said, we got a strong prime fighter around 30 years old fighting a 23-year-old.
Yeah, but Bruna Brazil has fought some pretty low-level competition. Denise Gomes, Luma Luke Boon Me decision. That's not a bad loss to have.
It's not.
That was a good fight. She did get some control time in that fight. She's very tough. I don't think she's going to get finished here, but I agree.
Either way, Bruna Brazil money line's the play.
Money line, 144.
Yeah.
Look to parlay it, I'd say. I think it should be a safe bet. And this one, definitely not safe. It's a coin flip. Landon Vannata, 205. Daniel Zellhuber, 172. And ain't no fucking way I'm betting Daniel Zellhuber. I'm going to pass on this fight, but like he should win this fight. He's the golden boy. He fucking has an 88% takedown defense, 7 knockouts. Pretty low-level wins, though. And Trey Ogden kind of exposed him, attacked his leg. Yeah, he didn't really show us much in the UFC debut. Can't be backing him here. Landon Vannata has fought some very, very good competition. Lost to Bobby Green, Mark Diakise, Stracara Close, all by a decision. Only got finished by Tony Ferguson, Charles Jourdain by submission. He's totally live. 12-6, horrible fucking record. Don't bet this fight. Just watch it.
Daniel Zellhuber, I believe, had the jitters in the first fight.
Oh, he definitely did.
He came out, he got nervous, he didn't throw as much as he usually does, he was really hesitant. And I think he's going to switch it up this time, man. He's already been in the octagon, he knows what it feels like. Lando Vannata, he's nothing, he has a chin, but he's nothing spectacular. I feel like Zellhuber will be able to piece him. Zellhuber's got a 6-inch reach advantage. So, I mean, I feel like he'll be able to, with those kicks and those punches, be able to keep him away, score a lot of punches.
Well, you would think with the reach and height advantage, he should be able to control this fight at distance.
I'm going to go for him to bounce back. I'm going to go Daniel Zellhuber by decision.
Yeah, I agree. He's the pick, but definitely not the bet.
No, not the bet.
And Loaf, tell them what to do.
Make sure you make sure you smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button, join our Patreon page.
$5 a month, early and exclusive access, all of our bets. We're going to stop giving away our bets. We're only going to post maybe 2 free bets a week. We're posting our locks and dogs. If you want to join the Discord, it's free. Locks and dogs are in there now. And Patreon members have exclusive access to some channels there as well. There's a predictions channel, so you can talk in there, give us your parlays and stuff. And comment down below. We want to hear your guys' parlays. And if it hits, we'll post it in the next video for Curtis Blades and Sergey Pavlovich. Let's keep going with these prelims, Love. We got a Canadian from Ontario.
Next up, we got Gillian Robertson versus Piera Rodriguez. And I mean, I am a big Gillian fan. She did really well her last fight. She found that sub against Maria Agapova. But I feel like Piera Rodriguez is going to edge this one out, man. I feel like she's going to take it. She's done all right. She's put a lot of the strikes up her last 2 fights against Sam Hughes and... oh, God, I'm drawing a blank on the other name. But either way, she's been doing really well. I mean, undefeated. She still has that undefeated mentality. So I got to go Piera Rodriguez, most likely by a decision on this.
Yeah, she won her last 3 fights by unanimous decision. She's very high volume, has power in the hands, 60% strike defense, so she can avoid the strikes of Gillian. Gillian doesn't have much to offer.
One thing we'll have to look at definitely is Piera Rodriguez takedown defense. Because if she can avoid the ground from Gillian... 77% takedown defense.
Oh,
she should be all right.
She averages 3 takedowns. She's going to win this fight. Gillian Robertson, I love to bet her by a submission. You know that. I usually cash it. And I'm usually good at avoiding Gillian Robertson bets. And this is
you had her by sub against Agapova.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And this is one we're going to avoid, though, Loaf. We're taking Piera Rodriguez, 180. That's a great price for her.
Yeah.
And her and Bruna Brasil, I think both those women get it done.
I think
even Joselyne Edwards,
definitely
too.
The value on this one, too, is Piera Rodriguez by decision.
Yeah, like Piera Rodriguez, Joselyne Edwards, two very valuable women's fighters. We usually don't pull the trigger, usually don't bet women's MMA, but...
I might bet this one. I may.
There's sneaky value in women's MMA if we can get down to the bottom of it and hopefully get on a streak on hitting some fucking women's fights here, because we've had some shitty luck.
Yeah.
Some big underdogs cashing. And here's an underdog here that I was taking Brandon Royval as my underdog of the week. I think I'm switching it to Ed Herman. He's 42 years old, but I think he has one more kick at the can for a win.
Glover
here.
won the belt at 42, man.
I don't think he's going to win the belt. Maybe just...
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Maybe just get a win and hang him up.
Age is just a number, bro. Look at Guida and all these fellas, man. They're still in there winning fights.
Zak Cummings did beat Alessia Chirico by unanimous decision, but he's took 2 years off. Serious back problems. Can't be betting him at 144. Ed Herman. He has a win over Glover, like you said. I think he's going to be the better technical fighter in this fight. He's a dog for sure, training American top team, very good gym. And yeah, he had only a knockout loss to Krylov and Brunson. No shame in that. He's a veteran in the game. I hope he gets one back in the win column here. 262. Let's make him my dog of the week instead of Brandon Royval. Let's do it.
I agree too. I got Ed Herman's over Zak Cummings. I was thinking Zak Cummings at first, but after looking at Ed Herman's numbers on ESPN, I mean his numbers are actually very good compared to Zak Cummings. So I feel like he'll be able to stay patient. He has a lot of experience fighting better fighters than Zak Cummings. So I feel like he'll take this one, man. And I don't know how it's going to end, but I think
a decision.
Even money line, just go money line 262. Lots of value.
Yeah, money line for sure. Ed Herman. And looking at the paper here, Zak Cummings has a decision loss to Ponzinibbio, submission loss to Gunnar Nelson. He's fought some good competition too.
Yeah.
But that back injury though, you got to think it's going to come into effect here. He's not going to have good cardio.
Like I said, 2-year layoff's going to be hard to come back from.
Yeah.
Ed Herman's been off for a while, too. But
yeah, and hopefully 42 years old, he has a little bit of cardio left in the tank. I know I just said Zak Cummings doesn't have cardio, but they're 38, 42 years old, coming to the end of the career, both of them.
Yeah.
Coin flip, and it's priced 144, 162. I advise you to take the underdog. Let's get it.
Next up, we got Brandon Royval versus Matheus Nicolau. And I got Matheus, man.
Yeah, I switched my pick on this one.
Brandon Royval, he's always live for that sub, but the question comes into play, do we think Brandon Royval can get Matheus down to the ground? And I don't think he can. Matheus has good takedown defense, and his kickboxing is incredible. If he stays on the feet with Brandon Royval, it's going to be Matheus all night long. So yeah. I got to go with Matheus to get this one done. I don't know if it's going to be a finish. I'm just going to take it money line, but Matheus Nicolau is the play money line.
Yeah, 100%, 93% takedown defense, averages a takedown and a half. Only has 2 knockout losses, so he's avoiding those submission attempts. Royval has nothing to offer on the feet, in my opinion.
Not compared to
his hands are pretty sloppy, man. He needs to win this by a submission. I can't make him my underdog of the week or even my fucking pick because I think he's going to get the submission. It's definitely a value play on the forecast forensic, Royval's submission, but Matheus Nicolau.
Matheus is definitely live for that TKO as well.
Yeah, definitely live for that TKO as well. That's a value play, but I got to think he gets this one done by a decision.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going to be more technical, maybe not more dangerous, but I'm pretty confident in Matheus Nicolau after switching my pick. Royval, I don't think he's going to be the underdog of the week.
Royval's he's one of those people that's he's beat good competition every now and then.
And he's lost to good competition.
The only way he usually wins against his competition is on the ground. So if you can't get Nicolau has 93% takedown defense, you can't get him to the ground. So it's going to be a kickboxing fight, and Matheus is going to take it.
This is a huge fight for the flyweight division too, because Royval only lost to Pantoja and Moreno recently. So
and then we got Pantoja and Moreno coming up
next too as well.
Pantoja will take that.
Nicolau could be getting a title shot here, in my opinion. Yeah. He's en route for it, and if Royval sneaks this win, he's en route too because he has a win against Kai Kara France. That was a big win.
And let's not forget Pantoja also beat Brandon Moreno twice in the past.
Yeah, don't forget about that. So Pantoja, if he's an underdog,
I'm taking him all day.
Grab him early.
Yeah,
grab him early. And next up, this is going to be a banger fight, Loaf. I'm back and forth. I don't even know what to do on it.
This is another one I'm back and forth on as well.
Who we got?
I do believe TJ.
Bill Algeo, TJ Brown.
TJ Brown's definitely live for that submission for sure. He's definitely live for it, especially against Eric Silva. You and me thought Eric Silva had that. We thought Eric Silva was a lock.
He was my lock.
Exactly, and then he fit like his submissions are definitely live. Bill Algeo's lost a couple times by submission. It's hard to say. If it's a stand-up, Bill Algeo is going to have him more on the feet. But if TJ can get it to the ground, it's going to be a problem for Bill Algeo.
Yeah, this is a sketchy fight, man.
I honestly, right now, may be siding with TJ Brown.
I like the 250.
I do. I might side with TJ Brown to get this done by submission.
I like the plus 150 money line. Even a value play for submission, TJ Brown. Bill Algeo, though, man.
I'm going to have to think on this one some more, though.
Yeah, think hard on this one. Do your own research. But Bill Algeo, he's going to want to keep this on the feet. He has a better strike accuracy. He's high volume, fast pace, 55% takedown defense. Though that's not gonna make me pull the trigger on him for the bets or tag him in a parlay because TJ Brown, he averages 3.5 takedowns, just won by a submission against a guy that I thought was a lock of the fucking week.
For sure, a guy that dominated in Contender Series.
TJ Brown very well could even be a dog of the week.
No, I think he could be.
He could be, man.
I might even end up taking him.
He has to be my pick. He has to be, man. He fucking proved me wrong against Eric Silva. Bill Algeo just lost a split decision against Andre Philly when he probably should have won that fight.
I think he should have won, yeah.
He should have won it. It was a split, but I would have liked a little bit more from Algeo in that fight. I don't know if we're going to get it against TJ Brown, who trains with Bryce Mitchell, I'm pretty sure, too. So, very, very good training partners. I think he's going to get this done, man. Plus 150. Fuck.
Yeah, this is one I'm just going to have to keep looking at.
So live, man.
Yeah,
live.
I definitely won't be betting this fight. No chance on it.
Make sure to smash that like button. Suplex the subscribe button. Really appreciate that support. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to give away $500. So please smash that suplex button. Join the Discord. We're going to open a giveaway bot once we hit 450, 500 subscribers. Let's get after this main card here, Loaf.
Next up, we got Clay Guida versus Rafa Garcia. And this is going to be a good one, too. I like Rafa Garcia for it. Rafa Garcia's got, I think, 8 submissions out of 15 wins. Clay Guida has lost 11 by submission.
But he has 14 submissions of his own.
Of his own, yes, I know. But Rafa at 28 compared to 41. Rafa's going to be a lot stronger.
13 years younger.
A lot stronger, a lot faster. And I feel like he's just going to find this one very fast. Round 2, I'd say. But I'm going to go Rafa Garcia by submission over Clay Guida.
Yeah, that might be the trend. Clay Guida getting finished by a submission.
Yeah.
I think fucking Rafa Garcia is definitely the pick at 140. Submission's definitely live. You know, last fight against Mahashate went unanimous decision, but Mahashate has serious power, and he was our pick in that fight. We didn't go with Garcia, and he was an underdog last time out too. This time, they have him as the favorite. I think he's the rightful favorite. He gets this one done against a 41-year-old Clay Guida, who's pretty well on his way out here.
I love Clay Guida, man.
I love him, man. Yeah. Coming to the end of a legendary career. He's
a bulldog.
Going to try to make it a dog fight, but I think he's coming to the end.
Yeah.
It's coming to the end of the career for Clay, unfortunately.
Your lock of the week.
And next up, my lock of the week, we got fucking Chris Gutierrez. Going to absolutely shine against Pedro Munhoz, who's fading. Pretty well quit against Sean O'Malley, in my opinion, with that eye poke. Looked great in the first round, and then the second round, he fucking pretty well quit on himself. He's going to have a height disadvantage, a reach disadvantage. Hasn't won a fight in fucking forever. Chris Gutierrez, he's going to be attacking the legs. He's going to have quick fucking hands, good kickboxer. No one's going to get a takedown in this fight. No one's going to be going for the takedowns. It's going to be on the feet. Chris Gutierrez is going to dominate, potentially get a late knockout, win a decision. Super easy pick for me, man. My lock of the week. I'm going to hit my first one and hopefully start a streak.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing shit, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I agree. I have high confidence on Chris Gutierrez by decision. I mean, he has a lot of power, but Pedro Munhoz in his whole career has never been knocked out. I don't think he's ever been submitted. It's all 7 decision losses.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Chris Gutierrez to get this done by decision, man. He's going to have a lot more volume. He's going to be a lot quicker, being the younger guy. And the way he's been rolling through people lately, man, you got to go with Chris Gutierrez. I love Pedro Munhoz, but he's on his way out of the UFC.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Chris Gutierrez to get this done by unanimous decision.
Yeah, and Chris Gutierrez, he knocked out Frankie Edgar. Dana Batgrill, very impressive knockouts, highlight reels.
Dana Backer was on a roll, too,
Yeah,
until
he
we
was
met
on
Chris.
Yeah, Chris is the real fucking deal. 19-3-2. Can't wait to watch him fight.
Next up, this was a guy I was thinking about taking for an underdog of the week, but my other one I still think is better. But we got the Canadian Tanner Boser versus Ion Cutelaba.
Are these odds even right? Like, what the fuck?
No, I think they are.
Are they?
I think they are.
How's Boser a dog?
I'm pretty sure he is a dog.
I'm going to go back to Betway here.
Go take a look.
I could have fucked that up.
No, I'm pretty sure he is a slight dog, man.
I think Tanner Boser's going to fucking bulldoze him, man.
I agree, man. Cutelaba, man, he's been finished quite a few times. Boser's never been knocked out. Or is it once or never?
Boser was knocked out once. And It was fucking, like, what was it? Fucking 2015?
Yeah, and that's heavyweight. That's when he was at heavyweight.
He was at heavyweight. And
he's dropping down to light heavyweight. His power is going to be heavy for light heavyweight.
He's in great shape. We just looked at his Instagram. He's in good six-pack.
Shape. Best shape he's ever been.
I think fucking Cutelaba's in for some trouble. He got finished his last 3 fights. I think he's going to get knocked out.
I believe Tanner Boser will get the KO TKO in this bout.
So I still got money in Betway here. I'm on Betway.
What does it say?
On the iPad.
Boser.
205.
Yeah, he's an underdog.
205. What the fuck is going on? He's a 205.
People might be concerned with that weight cut.
Really?
Well, they may be, right? He's dropping down a weight.
Tanner Boser, 2 submission wins. You know, there's no knockout prop for Tanner Boser, but Tanner Boser by finish is $3 on Betway. I really like that.
I wait for the knockout. Does he even have any submissions?
He has 2.
Oh, that's not, yeah, I guess then he could just do it to be safe.
You could do it to be safe. I got high confidence in that. You could go 20 for 60 for Boser finish. You could go 30 for 90. What if I go $40? Should I put $40 on Tanner Boser finish for 120?
I would.
Place bet.
Didn't even think a second about it.
Yeah, it's done. Tanner Boser. That's a live forecast bet for you guys. Absolutely free. Tanner Boser by finish. $40 down. I'm going to be posting that for the Patreon.
This guy has heavy fucking hands too, man. If he catches Cutelaba once, it's going to be over.
Yeah, and then I got, just in case he gets a submission, ground and pound lead into the submission. Take him by finish, $3 right now.
And Cutelava's been struggling lately too, so I can't see him beating the heavyweight man dropping down. Tanner Boser looks good.
Yeah, I like it. $40 for $120. Tanner Boser by finish. It's placed live. Let's fucking go. I can't believe he's an underdog. That blows my mind. I'm still like in shock.
Next up, we got my underdog of the week.
Azamat
Murzakhanov versus Dustin Jacoby. I don't know why Azamat's such a fucking big underdog. Man.
Yeah, this is another one
I don't understand it.
But we already know he's a fucking 240 dog, and it makes no fucking sense.
The only thing I can see people thinking about it is that Azamat's fights in the UFC haven't really been hot. Like it's been Devin Clark and Tafon, whatever the hell his last name is. It's been pretty low level people, but he still has finished them and demolished them. It wasn't even close. They weren't even close fights whatsoever.
No.
So I mean, Jacoby, man, I like Jacoby a lot, but
that last fight though, man, Cleo Roundtree, oh my fuck.
Murzakhanov, man, I feel like he's
we had like 100 on Jacoby, and he fucking just shit the bed.
And like Ryan said, Azamat in the clinch against the fence, he's deadly. Like
yeah,
he'll hold you there forever and just pound on you.
Yeah, so he'll get the control time and he'll get the strikes up. So
I'm gonna go with Azamat Murzakhanov money line 240.
Well, he has 9 knockouts, 1 submission win, 2 decisions. I think it's gonna be the knockout.
It could be live
potentially.
Right,
it's live. It's not open yet on Betway, but if you want to take him for finish, it's 320. I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it though yet. If I do, it'll be there for the Patreon members. You guys just got lucky on that Tanner Boser bet, so thank me later on that one. Dustin Jacoby, though, like I said, Cleo Roundtree fucking robbed him by split decision there. Stole some money from me. But, you know, he is a good fighter. He was ranked number 2 for kickboxing. Like, he was a very high-class kickboxer. He can definitely win this fight. I understand why he's a favorite, but...
I don't.
Like, shouldn't be so wide, though. Like, Azamat... Like, he won in round 3 against Devin Clark, who people think is a little bit lower level. But
people are thinking it's going to be a Romanov situation. Alexander Romanov. The guy that was 12-0 and then lost, you know what I mean?
I'm a little bit confused on these odds, but I like the plus 140 for Azamat. Knockouts live. Definitely play it money line just to be safe.
240 is a good value.
Dustin Jacoby is going to be hard to knock out, but, you know, it's definitely doable.
Oh, it is doable. Yeah, it is doable. And, you go with this one.
Next up, we got Edson Barboza, Billy Quarantillo, 17-4, Billy Q. I think he gets it done. He's going to have higher volume, and Edson Barboza at featherweight. I think he's cutting a little bit too much weight. Last time out against Bryce Mitchell, he had a tough time at the weight cut, and I commented on his friggin' Instagram too, telling him to move up to lightweight there. He's not listening. He's going to try to give it one more kick at the can at featherweight, man. I think he's going to be a little bit outclassed against Billy Q. Billy Q, phenomenal last fight against Alex Hernandez. Completely knocked him out.
All the volume, too, man. He threw us so much against Hernandez.
He throws so much, man. And I think it's going to be too much for Barboza.
It will be.
And Bryce Mitchell, isn't much of a striker and pretty well outstriked Barboza last time.
The only thing Barboza is going to have in this fight that he could play to advantage is his kicks.
His kicks, and he has power.
Yeah.
But
if Billy can watch out for those head kicks and stuff, it's going to be Billy's world all night.
Yeah, but I think the weight cut could be a problem again, man. I just have a weird feeling. So right now, the pick's Billy Q. After the weight cut and the face-offs, I might be going with Barboza. Probably not, though. We usually go with Edson Barboza. It worked out before when he knocked out Shane Burgos, won us some money, but
I had Bryce Mitchell, though, against Barboza.
We got to be smart this week after last week, and we can't just be smacking these big underdogs. I think Billy Q is the rightful favorite here, Loaf.
I agree. I think Billy Q is a good favorite for sure. Over 1.5, I think, is a good bet for this one as well. I feel like Barboza and Billy are both tough enough to go over 1.5
for sure.
Billy hit those high volume, man. I feel like if it's not going to be a decision, it's going to be a ref stoppage because he's going to be unloading on Edson against the fence.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Billy Q for money line all day long on here.
And one thing to note too before we end this prediction. Barboza's going to have a 5-inch reach advantage.
That is a big reach,
so,
yeah.
That's a little bit of a big reach advantage. Hopefully Billy Q can execute and fucking get it done.
Yeah. Next up, we got main event, featherweight bout, my lock of the week, Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen. I mean, this one isn't even debatable for me. Like, I didn't have to look at any stats. No, I don't even give a shit what any stats say. Max Holloway's taking this one, man. I don't care what anybody says.
He opened at like 160 something, and now he's down to like 155.
This is a guy who's this is a guy who knocked out Jose Aldo twice in his prime.
Yeah.
Max Holloway took the belt from Jose Aldo. I mean, Max Holloway is an animal.
His only losses are fucking.
His only losses are to Volk, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier.
Poirier twice and Volk 3 times. That's it.
And then McGregor.
McGregor once. Yeah, those are the only 3
those
people
are the only
he's ever
3
lost
people.
to.
I mean, those are 3 high
and 3 decisions
level.
to Volk, too. Like 3 fought, hurt decisions.
Max Holloway in 30 fights has never been knocked down. He's never been close to knocked down. And I mean, his last fight against Calvin Kattar, Max Holloway's, I mean, Calvin Kattar against Arnold, people are going on about the finish or whatever. It wasn't a finish. He got injured.
Yeah, that was a bullshit.
Max Holloway made him 5 rounds, man. Like, Calvin was about to quit, man. Like, he 440 strikes landed on Calvin Kattar, which is absolutely ridiculous. Max Holloway just flows. He doesn't even spar anymore, which is retarded.
Yeah, that fight against Calvin, he said he didn't spar. He just came out there, threw 650 strikes, and fucking dominated.
I mean, this guy is Max Holloway has beaten Jose Aldo twice by knockout, bet Perez by knockout, TKO Brian Ortega, Frankie Edgar, Jeremy Stephens, Charles Oliveira, Cub Swanson. I mean, this guy just flattens everybody that's not Dustin Poirier and Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Arnold Allen's not going to be able to handle it, man. There's no way possible, dude. I like Arnold Allen a lot, but he swings recklessly. He doesn't... Against Hooker, man, he was just swinging recklessly, man. If he does that against Holloway, he's going to get caught. So I got to go Max Holloway, man. I'm going to take it by decision, but the TKO ref stoppage is definitely live.
There's something about Arnold Allen. I just feel like he doesn't handle his nerves very well. And, like... I don't know. He's a little bit of a shy guy, and I think he's going to get a little nervous against Max Holloway.
And I'm telling you, it's the exact same thing with... What was it? It's the exact same thing with the Rob Font.
Yeah.
Like, there's different calibers.
There's levels to this game.
There's different calibers, man. And Calvin Kattar, he got lucky with that injury.
Yeah.
If that fight would have went the whole thing, I feel like Calvin would have had it.
I think so, too.
But now he's stepping up. He's stepping up to Max Holloway, who went to decision 3 times with Volk.
Yeah, fluke injury. And Arnold Allen's loss, it was to a guy that was 14-7. Marcin Warzok, Polish zombie. Like... Holy fuck, man. If you lost to that guy, you're going to fucking get destroyed by Max Holloway. Like, just saying. No offense. I like Arnold Allen. He has good power, but he's not going to get this to the ground. He averages 1 takedown, 50% accuracy, 84% takedown defense from Max Holloway. He's going to keep this on the feet, and it's going to look like another Calvin Kattar fight. Hopefully the refs stop it, though, because I don't want to see Arnold fucking get hurt.
This is honestly the fight that I was talking to about Ryan, too. Like, I wanted to go see this in Kansas City.
Yeah,
I love Holloway, man. Holloway's probably my second favorite fighter underneath Ilyat Piera.
Our goal is to watch a UFC event live sometime. Maybe we'll make it to Vancouver.
For UFC 289. That's the plan.
We're from Prince Edward Island, PEI, Canada. So we're a small little island. We're going to have to save up our paychecks and win some bets if we want to go to Vancouver. Hopefully we see some of you guys there. And if we're going, we're going to fucking let you know. That's for sure.
Amanda Nunes versus Pena.
Yeah, that's going to be a fucking banger. Amanda Nunes.
Steven Thompson versus Miguel Pereira.
Yeah, we won't give away any picks on that yet.
No, I'm just saying. That's who's fighting in Canada anyway.
I was just going to say Amanda Nunes is probably my pick, but
yeah, man, Max Holloway's for sure the play.
Yeah,
There's
he's
nothing
getting this
else
one
to
done.
say. I remember on Instagram too, I saw this, it was hilarious. Buddy said, he's like, I'm a #1 Max Holloway fan, but I gotta go with Allen. And then Buddy comments underneath, you're not a Max Holloway fan, man.
Definitely not a Max fan if you're going against him.
No, man. If people are going against Max, you have a problem in your head, bro.
Yeah, I'm a big Max Holloway fan for sure, man.
Yeah.
Big time Max Holloway fan.
His cardio and striking is unmatched in the division, man.
And he's gonna be making your lock streak 5 in a row.
Hopefully, yeah.
And my lock, Chris Gutierrez. Hopefully he gets it done. Because my locks, had a tough last couple weeks. So I want to turn things around, get back on a streak, because I was about to break Loaf's streak. What did you get up to, like 8 in a row?
8, yeah.
So they were all favorites, though. No underdogs.
I almost had the dog and lock last week, too, if Chris Curtis didn't get slighted by a bit.
For some reason, if we hit the lock, we don't hit the dog. If we hit the dog, we don't hit the lock. So we got to fucking break that streak, too.
I feel like this is going to happen this week for me. I feel like Azmat's going to take this, man. Azmat Mirzakhanov and Max Holloway, 2 best he can get, I'd say.
Well, my underdog was Brandon Royval here, but switching it up, I'm going Ed Herman. Hopefully that was a good decision, switching that dog of the week up. Another underdog of the week that we've seen there was TJ Brown, another guy that could be a potential dog this week.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of dogs this week, potential.
A lot of dogs, yeah, like a women's underdog, Joselyne Edwards.
Tanner Boser.
I don't even know how Tanner Boser's an underdog, man. That blew my mind. Anyways, Tanner Boser should honestly be my dog of the week. Yeah, Tanner Boser should be my dog. If he's a $2 underdog, make Tanner Boser my dog of the week.
I agree. I think you should go Tanner Boser.
I can't believe he's an underdog, though. Like, it's just, what the fuck, man? It was a coin flip. Now he's coming to an underdog. Last week, we went with Chris Curtis. That fucking...
And you would expect him to become more of a favorite as the fight comes.
I would expect.
But I don't think it will. I think he'll become more of an underdog because people are dumb.
Wow. Well, if that's the case, Tanner Boser, underdog of the week. Ed Herman, another dog. Brandon Royval, he is not the underdog anymore. I think Nicolau is going to sneak that one out. Thanks for watching the full card forecast. I don't think we're going to be back for Friday for the post-weigh-in face-off show, so stay tuned for next week. Drop your parlays below, and next week we'll get your winning parlay posted at the start of the video for a recap. Loaf, this is a big fucking turnaround for us. We need to do a lot better than last week.
We're going 14 for 14 this week.
We need to do a lot better than 50%, because you hit 50% and I hit under 50%. We were doing good, and then fucking all of a sudden we fucking shit the bed with fucking Mershart. Fuck's sakes. And Pereira. Fucking shit.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, insane fight. Great fight night, but we were on the wrong side of some fights.
I mean, that was
credit to Adesanya, though, man.
That was awesome, man. Especially that bow and arrow celebration at the end. That was just perfect. The kid thing was a little far.
Yeah, when he dropped dead and
I know people do like that, but I do think that was a little too much.
Yeah, he's a little cocky. I'm not the biggest fan of Adesanya. I'm still more of a fan of Pereira, but I'll give credit to Adesanya. He deserved that one.
I think it's honestly pretty petty, man, that he held on to that memory for 7 years.
Yeah.
And he did that to his son. He did that to his son 7 years later,
petty
man.
As fuck. He even said on Twitter or Instagram he's petty as fuck. Yeah, fuck Adesanya,
I still respect him for winning that.
Yeah, I respect him, but fuck him, man.
I feel like he doesn't think sometimes and does some stupid shit.
I hope Hamzat fucks him up.
Oh, all day you will.
Or even Pereira comes back and knocks him out again, because I thought Pereira...
People were saying that they want Pereira to go to light heavyweight and get the belt in light heavyweight, and then it'd be like a super title fight.
Fuck.
It'd be the biggest pay-per-view, they think.
That'd be crazy, man. Yeah, there's lots of potential fights that could happen for the middleweight, light heavyweight.
People want Alex Pereira and Yuri Prohashka.
Yeah, there's so much that could happen. Hamzat's in the mix too. Everybody's forgetting about Whitaker too.
There's a lot of big fights that are coming up, man. There's a lot of big ones.
A lot of big fights. So stay tuned. UFC Forecast is here to stay. If you want to join the Patreon, it's $5 a month for exclusive and early access to all of our bets. And maybe you'll get lucky and hit a Rob Font.
Sorry. Next week we got Muhammad Usman coming back.
Yeah, we got Usman next week. And maybe you'll get lucky and hit a big KO prop like I did. $8 on Rob Font.
That was crazy.
Didn't lose any money thanks to that, so.
Oh, I hated myself. I literally,
You didn't even bet on it.
I was broke, man. I couldn't bet. If I had the money, I easily would have put 50 to 100 on Rob Font.
Yeah, we were watching the fights.
I was pissed.
The boys were like, "Why are you cheering for Font?" And I'm like, "Cause I put $30 on it for $240."
Well, because first he
didn't even tell them.
First he had the guaranteed profit, the decision.
Yes,
he had Yannis' decision and Rob Font decision.
We can't forget that.
So I was confused why he was cheering when Rob Font was knocking him out. You were cheering like fuck. I was like, why is he cheering? Like he didn't tell any of us he betted on the KO.
Yeah, the guaranteed profit. I threw that out the window. Fucking Yannis decision, Rob Font decision.
I knew Rob Font would win, man, but I did not expect it like that. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that, guys. We're coming back big this week. Guaranteed profit bet. There's none. Do your own research. And we'll be back next week. And hopefully the forecast this week was absolutely fire because last week we didn't bring the heat.
Friggin' right.